I am into family more indirectly. Maybe I could little come and get them. And I am too from Mbok, Kira Open, Mr. President. Among young. If a woman, I am young Jim well. They know young, the dumb people and the dog I wouldn't. I mean, the tense why you could come at my meeting. Every move on a walk, get the regular, don't put on a idea. Umong pong or riding in one. I have to do never. You don't figure a girl. So for my get quite when I'm still quiet. But I did put it on me, moving up. But registration coming there.
And year registration. So they haven't been here for the past 3 years.
I was not going to navigate a new member.
No, I got Israel that I do another move.
Mbok, njat ni kom ko fa dang. Mbok, ni toy. E tu fa. Mbok. E te ti on bu tre ti ya ti ya. Tu tom fna ba ba ya ni lo. Ba ku te ma tong so ga tong so de. Mbok. Ni ya de tro.
The song.
And just to let you know, this is my first time in Chicago.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Did you eat hot dogs?
Not yet. I have a very special place for my people here. I have a special place for every single person that I have met or come in contact with that live in Chicago. And for that reason, I have great hope for AKISAN, especially based on the vibes generated from this chapter. And then I met a very handsome young man. He was not officially your president, but we spoke about Chicago and spoke about Etim. And eventually, when he sent the email to the 3 candidates, I felt that this was the place for me to be. So I thank you. I have circulated my manifesto. Unfortunately, some of you have not received it. I have passed around. I've passed around these pictures and I've written my website on the back. And the website has most of the information that I will present to you today. I am a graduate of business management undergraduate. I have a postgraduate diploma in public administration with emphasis on finance. I have a master's in criminal justice with emphasis on administration. I have a master's in public administration with emphasis on non-profit administration / grant writing. And a few other licenses. When you come to America, you try to survive, and that leads you to spend so much of your time listening to a white man talk to you, telling you what you know already. So that is how I ended up with all of these pieces of paper. But I said that to give you an idea of the kind of person that is standing before you today in terms of my training. On the card with my picture that I've given to you, I've said something about fiscal responsibility. And usually, before I go to the tenets of my manifesto, because talk is cheap, anybody can write a manifesto, but I'm talking to you from the heart. I have been in America for 20 years and I've actively been participating in AKISAN for 19 and a half. And I've been a president of my chapter for cumulatively approximately 15 years. Wow. And 8 times 2 is actually 16, so it's between 15 and 16 years. 8 times 2?
Yes.
And I come to that number because I've been a president for about 8 times. To the point where members of my chapter actually stay back when it's November meeting because they want me to be their president. Mo kan ngene te mo ga un mara na ya yu bo tem ko no so ya tem. Te so do itu bu na mo tem ya gbe na bo ye ye. Mo no mo tem ya bi ye te ba. So ngene mo ke mo na o kan ngene ke le de ya di mo ke me no ko ti me do na me no so ya. That's it. Again, I'm talking to you from the heart. I've been a member of council. I've been involved in the national, because when you are a chapter president, you must be involved in national issues. I have seen the National Acquired Military Association evolve from an organization that gave me an impression or could be likened to what the black Americans refer to as family reunion. When we went for conventions, nobody knew where you came from. Nobody knew where you came from. Everybody was a brother or sister. From Mbo to Ini, from Ukanapon to Uyo, everybody was a brother and sister to the other person. But in the past few years, you will agree with me that is not the case. People will cluster, and when you walk close to them, they change the topic or move away. And this is the truth. And then it became more and more serious between the Anyang and the Bibios and so on. Things, it just became absolutely disgraceful. To be very honest with you, that is the number one reason that sparked my interest to become the national president. Because without unity, God forbid, this association will crumble. Because without unity, we will not be able to raise funds. Without unity, we will not be able to execute projects. Without unity, we will not even be respected. Then comes the season where people write and abuse the governor on a daily basis and so on and so forth. I believe in diplomacy. I believe in diplomacy. Again, without any intention to bash my brother-in-law, because God will know is my brother-in-law. My first cousin married his sister.
So I go.
My first cousin married his direct sister. Unfortunately or incidentally, if you go to my website, you will see the sister campaigning for me. For that reason, because peace is what drove me, I have planned what I call a peace project. As you know, we have cases in court now. I don't know if you all know that. We have cases in court. We have families taking the other families to court. We have husbands taking wives and vice versa to court. And it is a shame. It is really a shame. This is the reason I want to come in and see what I can do. Number one, to reunite our people. I've done it in Philadelphia. I don't know if you know that there used to be a time Philadelphia was having more fights than what we have in the national now. The chapter split into what we now know as New Jersey, Delaware. That was a part of Philadelphia. And I had just come, then I became the chapter president, and now Philadelphia is a family. Because it doesn't take much. It takes fairness. If you are fair, if you are judicious, if you come in and make an account of the riches, believe me, there will be unity.